Hello. I had hoped. Uh, Good morning. I had hoped to have Richard Barton on this morning, but I have been rather poorly lately and didn't manage to give him a pre-alert idea. Uh, and as a consequence, I think that he either decided to sleep in this morning, which is unlike him, or he's had to leave early to get to court. So he hasn't appeared, and we actually aren't officially broadcasting. We're just doing the odd pod shot now and again. But I thought, since I've gone through horrendous technology checks and balances and passwords and so on, that I wouldn't waste the opportunity. And I thought, what I'll do is um, give you a little bit of news to get your day going. And that way we haven't wasted the time. So, doctors announced a 6-day strike in England. This talks breakdown is the main headline, the domestic headline. Resident doctors are to stage a 6-day strike in England next month after talks broke down between the union, the British Medical Association, BMA, and government. BMA said it was taking action as the government had not done enough to address their pay claims and concern about job shortages. Oh dear, I'm afraid the militancy in the medical profession does not sit well with me. I'm too old. I go back to the Hippocratic Oath. There we go. It's the gathering storm, I guess. And I'm afraid that we're going to get more of it, not less. Let's see if we can. I find the web irritating, to say the least. There is always something to come on. When you ask for one thing, it doesn't come up with what you search for. It comes up with something else. And it's distressing, to say the least. Yes, it is distressing. And I get really quite upset because what should take 20 seconds takes all of 5 minutes by the time you finish farting around. And it really is not conducive to either a calm day or to get anywhere in terms of information. I like my news so that I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in that order, without anything getting in the way. I'm not a bit interested in insurance for 80s, up to 80s, because I'm over 80. And haha, we got a comment this morning. And it says, I'm your long lost grandson. Aha. Well, I'll be damned. I must say, I bet you that's news to my daughter, unless it is one of my grandsons popping in. I got 2 grandsons, delightful young men. Warren, who is the younger of the 2, and let's see. I'm also your long lost grandson. I love you, Grandpa. Will you loan me some money? They don't know that they're going out to the heart of the world. Come on, keep going. Oh, dear. Yes, well, I'll tell you what. I also have a long lost fortune. And if I can get the long lost fortune, then I'll lend you some money. How's that? A deal? That was a good try. That's a good try. Yeah. Well, it's not Warren, that's for sure. A deal, Grandpa. Yeah. What time is tea? This young man has got, or whoever it is, has got a bit of a sense of humor anyway. So it's a bit of fun. Ryan and Warren. Ryan is the older one, a little bit more serious, but a very, very dry sense of humor. And Warren is hyperactive, is a blue-eyed fly all over the place, a delightful young man, and a very successful young man. So I was saying that I get oh dear, I think I'm going to lose you. No, I'm still here. And your email and take action in 24 hours. Well, I'm being warned by YouTube of a violation. And since this is the only broadcast that I've done today, presumably they don't like the look of my face. We'll check that out a little later. Oh no, Just joking, it says. Just joking. Oh dear, we got somebody. We got a couple of people on this morning who are. Just ignore that, Grandpa. It's a scam. Oh dear, they are having fun. They are having fun. And live, and so that everybody in the world can actually see them. So there you go. There you go. So, Richard, you're missing a treat here. But nonetheless, we're taking a look at the news. That's what we're doing. And so let's continue to do that. Latest news updates. Yeah, you see, there's nothing simple. Instead of tapping in and getting onto the latest BBC news, what you get is BBC latest news updates, breaking news. Well, let's try that. Start live streaming today. Now, discovering a world of news. BBC World News app. BBC News app free. BBC, right? Yeah, they can't just be simple, keep it simple. And part of the news headlines, it's got to be, oh dear. It'd take me half the day. It'd take me half the day to wade through this stuff before I get to the BBC News. I guess the kids are used to this. Home news, BBC News. It's live. Trump says Iran is afraid to admit to talks as Tehran rejects reports of dialogue. Prepare for turbulence. How a prolonged Middle East conflict could reshape how we fly. British forces will be able to board Russian shadow fleet ships in UK waters. I have no recollection of anything. Epstein survivor says she was drugged and raped. Meta and YouTube found liable in landmark social media addiction trial. Yes, that's going to cost them quite a bit of money, I think. Chris Mason, how will the UK respond to US court verdict on social media? Harry Potter TV show trailer, everything we know so far. Parents should monitor children. You see, there's no real news except for those two. Iranians mark their new year with anger, fear, and defiance. Who wants what and why from the United States-Iran peace talks? CO2 plants in the UK to reopen in more contingency plan. How the conflict in the Middle East is causing fuel protests in the Philippines. And then we go to the video list. Is a morning cup of hot water better than cold? You feel forgotten. The reality for boxers after the fighting stops. Fat is the most layered word. Fire brings a strong fight to the hanging tough battle. Is it anything simple? Anything straight? No. 20 years ago, Scotland banned smoking in pubs. Did it save lives? Who is the BBC's new Director General? First Lady Melania Trump arrives with humanoid robot at the tech summit. Dog rescued after falling into a 12-foot, 3.6 millimeter sinkhole. Why transport workers are protesting in the Philippines? Now that's refreshing. A 12-foot, 3.6 meters sinkhole. Normally they've got it the other way around. 3.6 meters, 12 foot. Trump says Iran gave the United States a present. Won't say what it is. Also in the news, dogs became man's best friend far earlier than thought, scientists find. Rocket stocks soar on reports Musk's SpaceX to file for share sale. Most read, NS&I to pay millions to customers over misplaced funds. Iran rejects peace plan and 400 million cost of savings scandal. British forces will be able to board Russian shadow fleet ships in the UK waters. Prepare for turbulence. However, a long Middle East conflict could reshape how we fly. I revisited one of England's most spectacular hikes after a 5.5 million upgrade. Harry Potter TV show trailer. Everything we know so far. Is Trump any closer to an Iran exit strategy? Men released on bail over Jewish charity ambulance arson attack. Meta and YouTube found liable in landmark social media addiction trial. And parents should monitor children 24/7 on Roblox, says a developer. Well, the fact of the matter is, my long lost grandson is asking me, Grandpa, I need some advice. How old are you? And I'm going to say 49. Ha! How kind. Where are you from? This is a different one. We're gathering a little group here. They're having a little chat in the morning. Well. How interesting. So people are popping across and popping in to see what we're all about. I think, Coyote. Right, okay. Let's send a little message back. Right, I'm 86 and ready to take on the world, including Donald Trump. So if there are other people out there who feel like tapping in and joining our conversation, Peter the pig is on. YouTube Info Center. Oh, Peter the Pig is my grandson, long lost grandson. I'm having a bit of fun here. I must say the news is fairly dull. It's nothing terribly it shocks you or makes you gasp with awe or thinks, yes, we've got to do something about that. Not a bit of it. It's all fairly dull. A lot of it's speculative. Well, I suppose this is as close to a plug as I'm likely to get for the moment. And it's sort of fun. Oh, 49. If only I was. I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to have a shower in a minute or two. The thing is, I've got a carer who comes in because I suffer from Parkinson's and I'm likely to fall. So I can't do anything while I'm ignoring the carer. Well, we can go up to 9 o'clock if necessary, I suppose. On the Tuesday, I chat to Teddy Walmsley. That's always lots of fun. You should join me on Tuesday. It's a very good day. It makes you want to think in terms of that song, doesn't it? When I was 17, it was a very good year. Is when I'm on YouTube. It is a very good tube. A very good tube for spreading the word to small town girls. I suffer from a sort of skin condition. Some days it bothers me and other days it doesn't. It's very strange. It's very strange. The older I get, the more I stand back and wonder at the things things that go wrong with age. You see, my voice is affected like it will clear in a minute or so. Why? Why does it croak like this? In the first place, I used to be able to shout it clear. It doesn't work so well anymore. I have to wait for nature, for medicine. for things to happen. At the moment, I just got a little itch on the back of my hand, which is very irritating. There we go. It's cleared. It's cleared. I've got my broadcasting voice back. But what's going on in the world is just dreadful. And basically, we are being led by people who aren't leaders. They can't make up their mind. And the bluff and bluster that was Trump turns out not to be thought out at all. All he does is he has a knee-jerk reaction. A knee-jerk reaction. And then acts. And then says, oh dear, what have I done? But then tries to rationalize it and pretend that he meant to do this all along. Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But he's leader of arguably the most powerful race on earth, which in some ways started here in Lewis, because this is where Tom Paine, who is credited with ensuring that the American War of Independence, or the American Revolution, if you want to call it that, got underway, came from, wrote The Rights of Man, married, had a child, which unfortunately, in those days, which wasn't that far away, only 200 years, 300 years, were more infant mortality is pretty high, and he lost the child. I think he also lost his wife because he buggered off to the States with great alacrity. And the thing is, you know, I don't know how long it took to sail across the Atlantic, but he seemed to go fairly regularly, which means he must have spent a long time at sea. How the hell he got time to do some of the things he did? Because he was an inventor, Tom Paine. Invented the smokeless candle, the single span bridge, even a version of the internal combustion engine, but for steam ships, not for cars. If he'd have thought about the horseless carriage, he made a fortune, and he didn't do too badly. And when you consider that they were all anti-slave sentiment in those days in the United States and here as well, but they all had slaves, and Tom Paine was no different. And he fell out of favor with all his followers, so that at his funeral there were just a smattering of people, mostly mostly slaves. So, oh dear. Well, okay, here we go. Colgrim Z Baby, Colgrim Z Baby donated $25. Ah, well, whatever you donated $25 to, God bless you, because any donation can't go amiss. But I haven't quite sure what it is that you have donated to, so I can't give you the full. U.S. Army 246. Do a fart, he says. Oh, we got quite a little crowd coming this morning. I mean, let's be quite clear about who I am. You're watching actually Mirador Television, which does television programs, but we're just regrouping to start again in April. So sometimes we're here, and sometimes we're not. We'll be consistent again in a couple of weeks' time. But I came on this morning because we have a very, very, very good barrister who heads up some of the most important cases in the courts here in the south of England. And just started to talk. So it is interesting to see who comes on, who is actually surfing the net and catches us, or catches me, doing street bugger all, and chatting away, making absolutely no sense whatsoever, but getting a coterie of people who are coming on and making some comments. That's rather nice. So, if you happen to be surfing the web and you come across us, send us a little comment. It started with one, somebody claiming to be my long-lost grandson, and is gathering other odds and sods along the way. Aha! Well, I mean, perhaps that person donated $25 to Mirador Television on the basis that they rather like it. All things are possible. Yeah, I was going to tell you who I am. I'm Keith Hayes. I'm the nominal chief of this television studio. I'm 86. I've been to 60 countries in the world, worked in 40 of them, been there, done that, worked in many of the hotspots in the world, raced towards bombs and away from terrorists, a more sedate life now. Keep things honest and so on and so forth. But I have worked in radio in Canada, in the UK, in Northern Ireland, back in London, in television. Then was a coast-to-coast broadcaster in the States with PBS on a business program. I was the London anchor while at Reuters. At Reuters, I headed up the business programs on television. Worked at CNBC. Worked in consultation with Dow Jones. Went off to Russia, Kosovo, Serbia, Bosnia, Montenegro, Fyrom. That's the former Republic of the Yugoslavia. Well, anyway, it's one of the Balkan states. Africa, both Nigeria and Ethiopia. While at the Reuters Foundation, I went to so many places, I lost track. Hong Kong, India, we formed the Oberoi Golf Club at the Oberoi Hotel, rather a palatial hotel in New Delhi. Yeah, so I've kicked around. And now we run a Mirador television out of Lewes, East Sussex. Lewes is the county town of East Sussex. It's a historic town. It's been here since about 800. And Alfred the Great founded it. It site of the Battle of Lewes, which was the spark of English democracy, site of the Marian burnings, which is Queen Mary's attempts to re-establish Roman Catholicism by burning a few Protestants. Site of the Peasants' Revolt in 1382, when they really were vicious. I mean, they killed all sorts of people in the establishment, got to Lewes, discovered wine, vats of wine in the castle, got pissed for 2 days, and went on their merry way without harming anybody. Jeremy Johnson, welcome. How old am I? 86. I've got Parkinson's, which means I have difficulty walking. But I don't suffer from dementia or Alzheimer's or any of the motor neuron diseases. I'm very lucky. It's Parkinson's. And I suppose that I would hope that I might go on for another couple of years before I pop my clogs. I'm opinionated, forthright in my views, not always right. Sometimes quite wrong. But we have there are two things. First of all, in 1790 or thereabouts, a man called John Harvey established a brewery in Lewes, which is here to this day and is very, very successful. There is a man who turned up with a millstone or a grindstone and a donkey named Every, who established an industrial empire in Lewes and built some of the first heavier than water ships here, and whose ironworks remain extant, particularly in Brighton, where things like the piers, the seaside piers and benches and things were made from iron. So we're surrounded by yes, Jeremy, I live alone. However, because of my Parkinson's, I have carers come in 3 times a day just to make sure that I haven't killed myself by falling over. And I'm very careful about my social. Here we go. Oh, Hard Anger, Hard Ranger. We love Mirador. Ah, how wonderful. How wonderful. We do try very hard. And sometimes, because we are small, we're the biggest little television station in the world. We we love what we do. We recognize that we are not very big, but we do think that we are influential. Glad to see you doing well, Mr. Keith. You always brighten up our morning. No end. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you, Hard Ranger. Yeah, Hard Ranger is sort of it's a bit like Hey Ho, Silver and Away, isn't it? The Lone Ranger. It's a lovely name. A lovely name. Well, this is an unexpected pleasure because we are actually one of our new recruits, a gentleman called Teddy Walmsley, has sparked our desire to get a phone-in program going. And he's busy working in the background on that. So I hope that pretty soon we'll be able to talk to you and be able to have a chat on air. So do check regularly, Hard Ranger, and we would love to see you, as indeed we would love to see any of the others. And it doesn't matter whether you want to poke fun, have a serious discussion, have a little bit of fun, share your experiences. The old saying from Yorkshire, there's nought as strange as folk. With a slight tweak, there's nought as interesting as folk. So you don't have to, when you go into a phone-in program, you don't have to have something necessarily to say, because just by opening your mouth and chatting, you give out messages, paint pictures, you get things going. You get things going with your own personalities. And that's really what we're looking for, is personalities. So once we are going with our phone-in program, much as you're doing this morning, do come on and let us see you. Let us taste you. Let us share you. Because that is the essence of life. It's the people out there that we have no idea. When Harold Evans, Sir Harold Evans, I suppose, was the editor of the Sunday Times. It was a brilliant paper, by the way, and he was an excellent editor. But it had a feature called Other People's Sunday Lunch. In other words, we all talk about roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. And in fact, that's what you get on a Sunday if you go into a pub, generally speaking, a roast. But what do other people eat on a Sunday? And it was an illuminating series. And I think the same thing applies to people. Jeremy says, have a good day. Indeed, we will, Jeremy, and all the better for having you pop in and make a little comment. Thank you. Where was I? Ah, yes. People are very different. I always think of the Englishman as being a Major Thompson type. For those people who don't know or aren't aware of Major Thompson was a creation of a Le Figaro journalist in Paris called, you, Winston Churchill, says Lupat. Oh, salutations, sire. Drenched dog. Oh, this is fascinating. This is absolutely fascinating. Tremaine Nunn. Good morning from Anderson, Indiana. Sending a like to support channel. Oh, good. Well, if you'd like to support us, we're here. And we're delighted. We are on the south coast of England, but very, very close to the United States because of the Tom Paine connection. And in fact, the White Hart Hotel here rather nice hotel, smack in the middle of the town, has on it a plaque to Tom Paine, who with pen and sword helped forge the cradle of American independence. So there you are. And from Anderson, Indiana. I don't know Indiana terribly well. One of the places that I did go to that most people wouldn't find their way to is Decatur, Illinois, which is where Lincoln practiced law. It is now the headquarters of Archer, Midland, Daniels, one of the biggest agricultural products organizations in the world. Here we are. Hard Ranger is back. I noticed you are missing your hat these past few months. Is there a reason? No. The only thing is that the way I get around is via scooter. And the blue hat easily blows off. And I nowadays cannot chase it. So what I've been doing is wearing my deer stalker. And I sometimes take the deer stalker off rather faster than I do my trilby. But I've got 6 different hats of different colors. I'm glad that you noticed that I wear them. So I shall start to do so consistently again. Thank you, Hard Ranger. But I still, that hat gives me faith in human nature, because I go into Lewis proper on my scooter and more people say, nice hat, love your hat. And it opens up the path to conversation. And I have a wonderful time between here and the White Hart Hotel, chatting to people from the back of my scooter, and to people who are very, very nice and pleasant people. Now here he is. Come on in. Listen, your brainchild, a phone in.
Yeah.
Quite by accident, I've stirred it this morning, and I've got all sorts of people who are typing in and making comments here.
Oh, brilliant.
And it's obvious that they watch us.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's great.
So this is, let me see your face, Teddy. This is Teddy.
Hello.
Teddy is an absolute powerhouse. He gets things done, does our Teddy. And
yeah.
and we're going great guns. Hard Ranger. Morning, Teddy.
Ah.
There you go.
Morning. Hope you're all well. Now I've got a couple of information bits here for
right on, Teddy.
For you and of course the man here, Mr. Keith. On the 14th of April, we are having ex-professional sportsman and headmaster on the show at around midday. That will be, so we'll be running a bit late. And then on the 20th of April, a very good friend of mine, an entrepreneur, Abigail from Abigail's Drapery in
good.
Lewis.
Excellent.
Had a long chat yesterday with both, and they're excited to be coming on the Abigail on the 20th of April, and David Rickman on the 14th of April. So there's 2, and also I've got a lot more guests lined up here for the month of April as well.
Good. When are we getting the wine on? That's what I want to know.
Right, now Zoe is still to be confirmed, but she will be on. She gave me a sample of a delicious wine, and lovely red, actually. It was a lovely red wine. So, yeah.
Well, now, what I'll do is, because I'm going to recommend to Zoe that we call her program the same as we called the last wine program, Liquid Poetry.
Oh, liquid poetry.
Liquid Poetry. Yeah. And that was hosted by Fergus Wood, who went off and joined the Marines, and Annie Verrill, who went off and joined somebody somewhere. I'm not quite sure where she is. Keith, I think because you started this stream as a vertical vehicle rather than a horizontal one, the YouTube algorithm is doing a much better job at advertising it.
Oh,
well.
Brilliant.
Well, thank you for all these little tips and hints. I like to point out that the web didn't really get cracking until Windows, and that was 1997. I was working at Reuters at the time. When my pal said to me, they've invented something called Windows. So when you think about it, that is only 30 years, less than 30 years, that we've been exposed to internet.
Oh, yeah.
Internet chat.
Yeah. So this will be the last part of your life story.
Absolutely.
That I've interviewed you on already. So maybe, I don't know if these people would like to see the earlier interviews of myself and you from your early days from...
we'll dig it out and play it, shall we?
Yeah, dig it out and play it.
Yeah.
It's an interview I did over, I think, 3 stages so far?
Yes.
It's
been winkling out what I am, and because somebody did ask.
Yeah, I would recommend. It's worth a watch. Just to hear the man's story from when he started.
Actually, we've got some wonderful programs. I will take a little bit of time to now that I know that there are people that are interested, to get them out. There is one series of my own experiences where I've been chased by a grizzly, clashed with the mafia, flown an aeroplane, you name it, I've tried to do it.
And now you work with a grizzly.
Yeah. But I have to say, Teddy, that this is the first time really that on television I've had this interaction, and I find it quite exciting and quite exhilarating.
Brilliant.
I did do a phone-in program in Birmingham way back in 1973 when commercial radio got cracking, BRMB, and that was a very signal year because, first of all, I introduced this hard-hitting, they used to bill me as the man you love to hate, dialogue with people. But also I discovered Tony Butler, who, if you are in the Midlands, he was a legend.
Yeah, sports reporter.
That's right. And Tony came to me and he said, "Oi," he said, "I want to be your sports editor." And I said, "Well, what experience have you got?" And he said, "Well, the only experience I've got is I've had my hand on." And I said, "What do you mean, my hand?" And he said, he said, "I used to do the sports, the scores on a Saturday for BBC." He said, and I would crawl up and put the sports in front of the presenter. He said, and the cameraman pulled back too quickly one day, and he got me hand.
Oh, right.
And that was his sole experience. And he turned out to be absolutely brilliant and a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I listened to him when I worked up in the West Midlands, actually DJing. So I do know the Tony Butler.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, Teddy, he shares something with you. Tony was a very decent bloke and a very loyal friend and partner, and you're exactly the same.
Well, thank you.
You know, quite often, what you see on the screen is false. It's fixed.
Yeah.
But Tony was genuine, and you're genuine, and I think that I'm happy to be able to report that.
Well, what you see is what you get with me, as you know.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Well,
Right, I've got to go. So
okay. Well, I'm going to go as well. It's 9:20,
Yeah.
and I started off just doing a little bit of meandering, a little bit of news. But I am going to come on tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
Good for you. Good luck.
If you're around, come and join me.
Unfortunately, I'm out working.
Right.
So, but next week,
Yes.
we've got this on that. This will be great.
Right, you are.
Right, lovely.
Yes, well, we'll start
I'll
to have a little chat because
Yeah.
I've enjoyed chatting to these people.
And I'll see all these lovely people Tuesday.
Right, you are.
So bye all.
Bye, everyone.
That's a wrap.
And that's a wrap. I'm going to say toodle pip, but I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow. And I would really enjoy talking to you, chatting to you, because there's not as daft as folk. There's not as interesting as folk. Do join us. Let us know what you're thinking, whether you're from next door or whether you're from Indiana, California, or wherever. And Hard Ranger, keep going with Hey Ho Silver away. Toodles, bye-bye. Let's see.